Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel. And today I have a special book box to share with you that's been sent to me for review. It's called the Literary Book Club. This is a quarterly subscription that sends gorgeous editions of classic novels along with beautiful items that have been created and curated to enhance your reading experience. So it's a really good opportunity to grow your library and to check some items off of that TBR pile that you might have started back in high school or college. And what's really special about this box as well is that Katie, the curator and owner, she is a talented artist, so we get some beautiful pieces of art from her that really complement each of the boxes. So this is, like I said, a quarterly box. This is actually the June box that I'm sharing with you, but they also do all kinds of limited edition boxes. You'll definitely want to get on the wait list. I believe the September box is already sold out, but I do have a coupon code for you. Now the box itself, the quarterly box, is $74.99 plus $10.95 in shipping, but you can save $5 using my link and the code mauinoel. Don't worry, I'll leave all of that information for you in the description box below and in the pinned first comment. I usually try to remember to do that for you. This box actually came in really pristine condition, so I might hold on to this one for future unboxing. Sometimes it comes a little beat up, but I just think that the experience really starts from this presentation. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now you can see the interior, so it has a nice quote from Jane Austen: "I shall be miserable if I have not an excellent library." Now usually all of these wrapped gifts are nestled in plenty of shred, but of course I've already gone through the box. I rewrapped all of the gifts so that you could share in the experience of going through it, but most of them are numbered because a lot of the gifts do actually go with certain page numbers. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pull everything out of the box when I first receive it and do little sticky notes on the pages that are associated with gifts, so I know when to go back to my box and read it. This is the gorgeous children edition that we got of Madame Bovary, which is something that I've always wanted to read. I kind of know the gist of it, or I knew the gist of it, but it wasn't necessarily on any of my syllabi because I studied American and English literature, and this is of course by a French writer, so this is in translation, but it's got of course the beautiful gold leaf. It does have a ribbon bookmark, and then like I said, I went through on these nice thick glossy pages and I put little markers, little tabs, so that I knew when to go back to the box. Now she does actually do a little like cheat sheet, a little checklist that's usually at the very bottom, and it looks like this, and it tells you what all of the items are so you can make sure that you have them. Since I've already gone through the box, I'm going to go ahead and prop that up in front of me so that I have it available. Now if you guys are new to my channel, I unbox all kinds of subscriptions, not just book boxes, of course, in fact mostly lifestyle subscriptions, but I also do books, beauty, jewelry, travel, home decor, the very occasional dash of Disney. So if you enjoy unboxings, particularly subscription boxes, I do hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell, and that way you'll find out whenever I post new videos, which is usually at least once a day, whenever I announce giveaways, and there's always a secret password giveaway going on, and of course whenever I go live. As always, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. When you do first open it, there is always a wax sealed letter from Katie and our first bit of artwork. So of course I've opened that up already, and you already know that the book in question is Madame Bovary. This box features a beautiful children edition of Gustave Flaubert's controversial novel Madame Bovary. The realities of married life in a provincial town fall a long way short of Emma Bovary's romantic expectations, and to fill the void she embarks on reckless affairs and impetuous spending on the luxuries she's always dreamed of. But when her debts are called in, Emma must face reality, and the consequences are tragic. I can't wait to hear what you think of the book, the gifts, and the whole experience. Make sure to tag us and keep reading. And that's of course from Katie. So beautiful book. It is a little hefty, this edition, so it wasn't one to really travel with, but I am glad that I've made it through, and whoever translated it did a beautiful job of it. I would love to attempt to read it in French one of these days. Didn't quite make it that far in my French studies, but I could see why his writing is so popular and is so renowned. So All right, you guys. So there is always a swag bag, which is really fun as well. So we got our little swag bag, and I'll show you all of the items inside. One of the most fun was this little guy that says Read Banned Books. So we got this cute little pin, of course, in Katie's really nice handwriting there. Then we also got a sticker with a quote, and this is probably the quote that is also on the print at the bottom of the box, that says, "What is better than to sit by one's fireside in the evening with a book while the wind beats against the window and the lamp is burning." So of course, not Madame Bovary specific. This is something good to have in anyone's library, or if you're someone who just loves books and reading. It's also very hygge vibes, right? As we slip into the fall and winter months, that'd be a nice print to have up. We did get this little book plate, of course, so you can say from the library of, and it does kind of match the design of the cover of the book. And we also got, of course, a bookmark if you didn't want to use the ribbon bookmark that's in the book, part of the book. This has a different quote that says, "I detest common heroes and moderate feelings, the sort that exist in everyday life." Because of course, ever since she goes to that ball, Emma is pretty much ruined because she just wants more. She wants much more than what her very good husband Charles can give her, of course. And that is what leads her to make poor life decisions romantically and financially, and to her ultimate demise, of course. So I have gone through, and I will show you, read to you a little passage, and we will see the different gifts, that how she interpreted the gifts for this particular box. There was a fun while you read gift. Let me see if I can find that. Now, of course, she often includes like something fun to drink or enjoy while you are reading. I never actually go ahead and use them because I want to save them so that I can show you guys in the unboxings. But for this one, we did get this nice little tea drops, which of course is perfect for a nice long read that we have. So there were 3 gifts this time around that were associated with actual pages. There was an extra gift that was like for when you need a break from the book, and then finally when the last page has been read, which was kind of a fun thing to look forward to. So the first page number that we have a gift associated with was on page 75. So let me see. Often, when Charles was out, she took from the cupboard, between the folds of the linen where she had left it, the green silk cigar case. She looked at it, opened it, and even smelt the odor of the lining, a mixture of verbena and tobacco. Whose was it? The Viscount's? Perhaps it was a present from his mistress. It had been embroidered on some rosewood frame, a pretty little thing, hidden from all eyes, that had occupied many hours, and over which had fallen the soft curls of the pensive worker. A breath of love had passed over the stitches on the canvas. Each prick of the needle had fixed there a hope or a memory, and all those interwoven threads of silk were but the continuity of the same silent passion. And then one morning the Viscount had taken it away with him. Of what had they spoken when it lay upon the wide mantled chimneys between flower vases and pompadour clocks? She was at Tostes, he was at Paris now, far away. What was this Paris like? What a vague name. She repeated it in a low voice for the mere pleasure of it. It rang in her ears like a great cathedral bell. It shone before her eyes, even on the labels of her pomade pots, or Paris, of course, because this would be written in French. So she is already daydreaming and embellishing. She doesn't even know if this green silk cigar case belongs to the Viscount. She just her husband actually happened to find it in the road when they crossed paths on the way back from the ball, but she just takes this emblem of this life that she wants to live, right? She's imagining the possible mistress that maybe made the cigar case and all of the conversations and love that went into it. I mean, she really goes for it. So here is our gift with this nice black satin ribbon, and it says page 75. So let me slide this off. So of course we did not get a green silk cigar case because that wouldn't be the most functional gift, would it? And it doesn't have any embroidery, but it is kind of green. It's this bright teal, and it is a little travel jewelry case from Lisa Angel. So it does have this little, like, I'm not sure what you would do with this little wristlet, but it's just a nice little round travel jewelry case. Now, I personally don't use these a lot because I just find that they take up a lot of space. It has this little pocket here, plastic pocket, some ring holders, and then these 2 compartments. I don't take a lot of rings when I'm traveling, and I usually travel with much bigger earrings, so I usually use a jewelry roll in all honesty, but this would be good if you just wanted to have some jewelry in rotation or easy to grab, and you kind of keep it neatly contained in this little travel jewelry case on your dresser. This is also a great little gift, but this is a fun interpretation, I think, of that green cigar case that we might get a little bit more use out of. All right, the next one that we have is not until page 116, and this was a pretty lengthy novel, I believe. So let's see how many pages it was. It was just under 400, I think. So, all right, so this one was kind of interesting. So, of course, she does start to take up with some lovers. The first one, Léon, it's kind of, they managed to escape doing anything too bad, right? But then she takes up with Rodolphe eventually, and then she winds up with Léon again. But in the meantime, she has a child. She is disappointed that it is a girl, and she sends it off to be with the nursemaid. And apparently, like, where her child is being kept is this like hovel. It's terrible. But on her way to suddenly, when she has a sudden desire to actually see her baby, she runs into Léon, and he accompanies her to go to the nursemaid. All right. Emma's child was asleep in a wicker cradle. She took it up in the wrapping that enveloped it. It's so weird that they're using it instead of her, and began singing softly, and she rocked herself to and fro. Léon walked up and down the room. It seemed strange to him to see this beautiful woman in her nankeen dress in the midst of all this poverty. Madame Bovary reddened. He turned away, thinking perhaps there had been an impertinent look in his eyes, because they have had many of those. Then she put back the little girl, who had just been sick, over her collar. The nurse at once came to dry her, protesting that it wouldn't show. She gives me other doses, she said. I'm always a washing of her. If you would have the goodness to order Camus, the grocer, to let me have a little soap, it would really be more convenient for you, as I needn't trouble you then. Very well, said Emma. Good morning, Madame Rollet, and she went out, wiping her shoes at the door. The good woman accompanied her to the end of the garden, talking all the time of the trouble she had getting up of nights. So basically she goes for like a hot second, the baby spits up on her, and the woman's like, don't worry, you just need some soap. By the way, can I have some soap? And then she goes on to ask, like, can I have some coffee? And by the way, I can't just have coffee by myself. I need coffee for my husband too. So she's basically being like, I need you to give me more stuff because I'm taking care of your kid. So we see her as the not most maternal human, Emma. It's like kind of she's using the baby as an accessory, and you feel so bad for poor Bertha in this story, especially at the end when she gets like sent off to like a workhouse or a mill or something. It's terrible. So let's see what we got for page 116 when Emma does make a quick jaunt to see her actual child. Page 116, don't worry, it is not baby spit up, which, you know, could be a possibility. You have to wonder what Léon thinks of that interaction. So it is instead some artisanal soap from Geo. So this is actually really cool. I love how it's all faceted. This is much fancier soap than I think the lady was asking for. This is the kind of soap that Emma would want, you know, like handmade, small batch, very fancy, very stylish. Terrazzo soap is what it's called, or artisan terrazzo soap. So that is the kind of soap that Emma would want, but probably not what she is going to get for her nursemaid. And then our final page-related gift is on page 295. So, like I said, she goes through her dalliance with Léon, and then she has a whole thing with Rodolphe, who then leaves her, and then she winds up needing to get cheered up. She goes to the opera. She winds up meeting up with Léon again. Then she takes up with Léon after a raucous carriage ride where they tell the driver of the coach not to stop, but really I think they're talking to each other because they get a little racy back there. And then she decides that she needs to have piano lessons in Rouen every week so she can go and see Léon. And then eventually she decides that to partially pay her debts, she should get power of attorney of poor Charles's money after his dad dies at the urging of Monsieur Lheureux, who's the guy she owes all the money to. And she's like, oh, well, maybe I should consult Léon because he's a law clerk. So she goes to consult Léon for 3 days. They were 3 full, exquisite days, a true honeymoon. They were at the Hôtel de Boulogne on the harbor, and they lived there with drawn blinds and closed doors, with flowers on the floor, and iced syrups were brought them early in the morning. Towards evening, they took a covered boat and went to dine on one of the islands. It was the time when one hears by the side of the dockyard the caulking mallets sounding against the hull of vessels. The smoke of the tar rose up between the trees. There were large fatty drops on the water, undulating in the purple color of the sun, like floating plaques of Florentine bronze, and then more flowery description of their 3-day dalliance where she's consulting to take over her husband's money. So anyway, let's see what gift we got for page 295 in honor of her finally being with Léon, who also breaks her heart in the end. page 295. So we got some violet elixir flower syrup, which she did put in a nice little bag for us, which is great. So that has to do, I believe, with the flowers on the floor, and iced syrups were brought them early in the morning. So we have this flower syrup, handcrafted for cocktails and sodas. There is 2 fluid ounces, enough for 4 drinks. Isn't that pretty? But I did read that following paragraph just because they talked about the undulating and the purple color of the sun, which I feel like goes with this violet syrup. So that was kind of fun. There was also, of course, the open when you need a break from this book gift, which I thought was kind of fun because Emma is a trying character. It is very hard to sympathize with her. I tried my hardest. I've read a couple of articles in the past where they're like, you know, be a little bit more of an elevated reader and see what this book is really all about. It's about, you know, the lacking qualities of language and how she's trapped in this provincial life and what's expected of women, and I have a hard time sympathizing for her. Anyway, so when you need a break from Emma-ing, you can enjoy this nice shower steamer from a great company. I love this company. I have ever since I think I first saw them in a women's collective box. This is Luxe by Kate & Company. It is a peppermint and lemon shower steamer. You know I love my shower steamers. Good way to kind of wake yourself up, because there were some passages that were a little bit slow, you know, some that were a little bit more like agriculture or medical or just her going on and on about being bored. So sometimes you needed a break from Emma, and a shower steamer is definitely a way to get through a few more chapters. All right, and then we of course have our open when the last page has been read in a nice another ribbon here. But I loved all the like ribbon touches just because it kind of went with all of the silks and all of the home goods and dresses that she ordered from Monsieur L'Heureux that put her into so much debt. This is a beautiful item. This is from Woolsey's, which does a lot of essential oils. So it's an aromatherapy jewelry kit. So you got the black lava stone bracelet and lavender and joy essential oils. So it comes in this nice kit. I have taken the plastic wrap off of it, but I thought this was a lovely item to end with. Of course, and it's just got this nice little bracelet, which I'm going to pull out. So we have the nice like marble beads, and then of course the black lava stone beads. That's what you can apply the essential oils to. And we got 2 essential oils, which of course you can use in other things like your diffusers, what have you. So Joy is a euphoric blend. I'm not seeing, it says bergamot, ylang ylang, geranium, lemon, coriander, mandarin, jasmine, and some other things, some rose essential oils in there as well. So joyful. And then also we got the lavender. Let's see if I can find the lavender, which is just lavender. So those are pretty hefty essential oil bottles. I think they're probably an ounce each or 10 milliliters each. And we got the nice little bracelet, which I thought was lovely, probably a little bit more rustic than what Emma would like to wear. And then finally, just ending up, you guys, with our beautiful print, which does indeed mimic that sticker that we got in our swag bag. But let me see if I can pull it out of the plastic so that you don't get too much glare. And of course, Katie creates these 8x10 script art prints for every box, which I just think is such a lovely touch that kind of brings together all of her talents and her love for books and then the books themselves. Again, what is better than to sit by one's fireside in the evening with a book while the wind beats against the window and the lamp is burning, from Gustave Flaubert. So let me know in the comments below if you have read Madame Bovary or seen any of the movie adaptations, what you think of her. Do you sympathize with poor Emma trapped in her little life? I mean, in the beginning and at certain times, she really tries to be such a good wife because she's been trained to, and it's just her husband is just so simple and she just finds herself so bored. She just has this sense of ennui, but at the same time, the decisions she makes, especially with a child, don't seem that smart, and you can't sympathize with any of the men either, aside from Charles, because he's so blind to all of her terribleness, but all of the guys that she takes up with and all of the people who manipulate her, like Monsieur Homais and Monsieur L'Heureux, they're terrible. There's very few redeeming qualities for me in this book, in all honesty. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely, if you're looking for a way to enjoy the classics, like I said, add to your library, get on the wait list because these books always, always, always sell out. Let's have a secret password while we are at it if you have made it to the end of this video, and it's just simply going to be classic. So when you come across a secret password in my videos, you enter it along with your contact information in the Google form linked for you in the description box below. At the end of the month, I go through with a random number picker and select a few winners to receive a mystery box as my way of saying thank you for being subscribed, for watching my videos. You have to be 18 years or older. You have to have a US or Canadian mailing address. You have to be subscribed to my channel. It is in no way associated with YouTube or any of the boxes that I open here. Just, again, a way of saying thank you and giving my gratitude for those of you who are here. Please give this video a like, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.